Good evening from New York. I'm Chris Hayes. It has been 24 hours since the Epstein birthday book was released. And let's be honest, Donald Trump has been caught dead to rights. Remember, the Wall Street Journal first reported the existence of this book back in July. They described how dozens of luminaries and friends of Jeffrey Epstein, including Donald Trump, wrote the child sex trafficker, quote, bawdy messages, as the paper put it. They described Trump's intimate, cryptic, icky message to Epstein, quote, framed by the outline of a naked woman, which appears to be hand-drawn with a heavy marker. Trump, of course, denied writing the letter or drawing the picture. J.D. Vance said the whole thing was ridiculous. I mean, does this really sound like Trump? Trump telling the Journal, quote, this is not me. This is a fake thing. It's a fake Wall Street Journal story. I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women. Nevertheless, Trump revealed on social media he had called Murdoch personally to try to get the story killed before it was published. Trump then, after it was published, sued the Wall Street Journal and its owner Rupert Murdoch for the tidy sum of $10 billion with a B dollars, claiming the letter didn't exist. They literally said that in their filing on the lawsuit. No such letter. I don't know about you guys, but it always seemed pretty implausible to me that knowing exactly what the stakes were, knowing they would be sued probably for billions of dollars, the Wall Street Journal would publish that story unless they were pretty damn sure the book and the letter existed. And of course, it did. It belonged to the estate of the since deceased Jeffrey Epstein, which handed it over to Congress. And the Democrats posted the entire book online with redactions. And I want to show you some of that book. But first, I have to warn you, all of this is incredibly disturbing, even like disgusting, viscerally, physically repelling content. Here's a pencil and marker drawing on one page. On the left, an image labeled 1983 that appears to show Epstein giving candy and balloons to little girls. On the right, another image of a group of girls, maybe the same ones, maybe a new crop in 2003, massaging an unclothed Epstein above the caption, "What a great country," with Mar-a-Lago seemingly in the background. There's actually an entire section of the Epstein book labeled Children. It includes redacted photos of a prepubescent girl in pajamas posing and playing the piano, as well as a hand-drawn picture of a wedding with the childlike inscription, "Here comes the bride, all dressed in white. Where is the groom? He's in the ladies' room." There's a series of dirty limericks on page 164, including one that ends with this quote. Listen to this one. "Jeffrey at half a century, with credentials plenipotentiary, though up to no good whenever he could, has avoided the penitentiary." Ha ha ha. Big laughs, big guffaws. On the very next page is Donald Trump's message to his buddy Jeffrey Epstein, the guy that he spent a lot of time with. And it is, you'll be shocked to hear, exactly, precisely as the Wall Street Journal described. Typewritten lines about enigmas and wonderful secrets inside the silhouette of a naked girl, more than a woman, frankly. And the future president's signature below her waist, kind of mimicking pubic hair. There's also this letter to Epstein from another Mar-a-Lago member. According to reporting by the Journal, it's a crude joke about a woman that Epstein and Trump both courted in the 1990s. It includes a photo of a novelty check made out from Epstein to Trump. Beneath it is this caption, "Jeffrey showing early talents with money and women, sells fully depreciated woman to Donald Trump for $22,500. Depreciated. Get the joke there, right? The woman's name is redacted in the image. Spend just a little bit of time looking at this, and you can. It's online. And, well, it's very, very hard not to be, like, physically disgusted. And it's very, very hard not to come to the very obvious conclusion. They all knew, right? I mean, at least the people writing those parts in the book, they made jokes about it that were then bound as a present in this book. There are dozens more pages like what you just saw. We spared you the 6 pages of wild animals with erections. I mean, look, if this book were given to someone who wasn't subsequently revealed to be the most prolific sexual predator and insatiable pedophile, probably in recent memory, maybe you could be like, oh, well, he just seems like a bawdy guy. But it is that, right? We do know what he did. And so together, the whole thing is worse than we thought, much worse, because it is exactly what it looks like. Every single page seems to convey what Donald Trump, on the record, in print told New York Magazine about Epstein back in 2002. Same kind of wink, wink, nudge, nudge, right? He's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said he likes beautiful women as much as I do. And many of them are on the younger side. Huh? What more evidence do you need to know that as president, Donald Trump has been lying to cover up something about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, the nature of it, the things they did together, their shared interests? But now he's been caught red-handed, and he's pushing Republicans to just keep lying their way out of it.
This absolutely was not the president's authentic signature, and we have maintained that position all along. The president did not write this letter. He did not sign this letter.
The president said that's not him. I believe the president. From what I see, it's not a signature. I've seen Donald Trump sign a million things.
We've seen the auto pen's been used quite a bit with the Biden administration, so I've never known Trump to be much of an artist either, so I'd kind of draw that into question.
Now, we haven't brought in signature experts or anything like that.
If this truly was a forged document, shouldn't the Oversight Committee look into this?
I don't think the Oversight Committee is going to invest in looking up something 22 years ago. We're going to look.
So you're just going to take the president at his word that he.
What does it have to do with anything?
What does it have to do with anything that Donald Trump wrote that letter to Jeffrey Epstein? Now, the Journal and others proved pretty conclusively that the signature, the syntax, the drawing itself are all obviously identical to Trump's over the years. Trump's allies keep lying about it. And again, to believe the letter is a hoax, you'd have to believe that it was forged by some mysterious third party in 2003 and then included and given to Ghislaine Maxwell, who included in the book, not knowing it's a forgery. It was bound and given to Epstein more than 2 decades ago from Ghislaine Maxwell because some aliens came down and made it up. I mean, that's not a denial. That's a pathetic conspiracy theory. But that's what they're saying. That is their contention. And after staying uncharacteristically silent for a day, in fact, not taking questions at a signing that he had an executive order today, Trump finally did take a question just moments ago about the birthday letter, and you'll never guess what he said.
It's not my signature, and it's not the way I speak. And anybody that's covered me for a long time knows that's not my language. It's nonsense. And frankly, you're wasting your time.
Are you still talking about Epstein? Yes. The more we keep learning about, truly, the scale of Epstein's depravity, the more it puts a spotlight on Epstein's old pal, Donald Trump, and his past behavior.
For the last couple of years, I go out with somebody, and she's like 21, and she's talking about, what are you doing? And she's studying algebra.
Donald Trump repeatedly points out how hot his daughter is, saying last year in a Rolling Stone article, yeah, she's really something, and what a beauty, that one. If I weren't happily married and, her father.
Soon. Thursday night. You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
Donna, what does Tiffany have of yours, and what does Tiffany have of Marla's?
Well, I think that she's got a lot of moral, and she's really a beautiful baby, and she's got Marla's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this part yet, but time will tell.
A normal thing to say about your baby daughter, right? A normal thing to say about your baby daughter if you're also a guy who hangs out with Jeffrey Epstein and talks about how he likes him young and also writes that letter to him, right? Normal stuff. And all of that is what Donald Trump and Republicans want you to forget. There's a reason that they're failing miserably.